sickness. Maddie is out because of some family thing as well. And I do apologize. I almost called off the game today because I'm kind of pretty sick, but I'm gonna power through. So we'll get as much. We'll go through as much as we can tonight. At the
And
moment,
we
I'm
are
doing okay.
recording ourselves.
Yes. Yeah, if everybody can, or everybody is capable of recording their own audio, does so, then I'll have multiple audios. I can adjust levels and stuff on the back end. It'll be more helpful.
I've already started recording mine.
Same.
Okay.
And we are streaming, and I am recording the stream, and I'm recording my local audio. So,
all right, so we are good to go.
yeah.
All right, so I believe with the last session we had agreed, as far as a recap goes, to have everybody roll a d20, and the low roller reads a script that I send them. Is that what it was?
Yep.
The fuck.
All right, everybody roll a d20.
See, now it's not giving me the audio from you guys. What the fuck is
I
this
got a
shit?
19.
Oh, well. If everyone's rolling for themselves,
Yep.
I'll get my dice out too.
What the fuck? Okay, this is something that I didn't anticipate. When I'm recording on Audacity, it won't play audio anywhere else. Let me see if it's in settings.
You might actually be okay. I can hear you really well,
Yeah,
so my
you're
recording
good.
will
Yeah, but I
probably
can't
take
hear you at all when I'm recording. I need to.
Well, that's what I'm saying. If you don't record, I'm picking you up perfectly, so my recording might cover you also. It looks like.
Okay. Well, can we test that idea really quick?
Well,
I'm not picking up. I'm using OBS, and I'm only recording my mic audio. I'm not recording any of the audio that's coming through my system.
oh, see, I'm doing Audacity. I'm picking up my audio and everybody else talking too.
See, that's what I was talking about with OBS. Is you can actually mute your desktop audio and just have your mic audio get picked up through OBS.
Oh, you can do that through Audacity too. I'm choosing not to because that way I'll have everybody else as well. And when if everybody does that same thing when we mix them together and sync them, we'll be just fine.
What's up, man?
Hey, Judy.
How do I do that for?
Audacity? I don't know. I don't use Audacity.
Oh, man. I'm not going to shake your hand, man. How's it going, man? Going well, man. Holy. I know. All right, I'll ask you. Maybe you'll be the charm comes the charm. Do you know who Andrew Dice played? 12 times up.
Nope.
Okay.
Nope, still doesn't do it.
I will be
I don't
back.
know what the hell the problem is.
Okay.
Be right back.
I don't know what the issue is here. I don't know. Are you picking me up, David?
I can't hear David.
David's muted.
Oh, how about now?
Yeah. Got you, buddy.
Yeah, I tell everybody to roll a single d20 and I lose half our crew.
I rolled a 17.
What are you doing?
I'm just gonna play off of here. Well, we're gonna go.
You can't. You can't. I don't know why you don't just drop out of this game, Halsey. What's the thing you use called?
Audacity. OBS. What is that? Is
Online
that
broadcasting system, I think.
no, is
Open Broadcaster
Open
software.
broadcast software.
what is that? I see something.
What do you see?
Why is there a horse in the stands?
Oh, you mean on the map?
Yeah. There's a
I
horse
don't see a horse in the stand.
in lower left.
What horse? I don't know what you're talking about. There's no horse.
I don't see it either.
Oh, it's gone now. It's gone now because God decided to make it disappear.
Oh.
I think it was left over from a background thing from before when you guys were in here and I had the whole vision restricted.
Sure it was.
I've gotten better about leaving stuff behind for you guys to see, but you guys still friend any little thing you can.
We will.
Changes deities.
So-
People see horses.
Brent, what did you roll?
Yeah, we got okay. Brent rolled a 9, so Brent gets to do
Brent
our
gets to
recap
do it.
for this week.
Woohoo!
Fuck, really?
Yeah.
I am going to send you a message with your little script that you get to read, Brent. Unless you would like to freehand it, I have no problem with that.
Send it to me anyway, and I'll use it as notes.
Okay, hold on.
Maybe. Is it going to be in my documents?
No, I sent it to you via
Just
Facebook.
Via message on Facebook.
Oh, Christ. Why would you do that to me?
It's like 2 paragraphs.
Where's my phone? I don't use
I
Facebook
can make
on
a
my
little handout
computer.
called recap and just put it in there.
That'd probably be easier.
Last time on Dragon Ball Z.
Ball?
No.
Yeah.
I
No, we
also
should
have to
probably
Krillin
call
got
it
his
Dragon
ass
Ball Z.
kicked again.
Starting off with greetings, adventurers.
Oh, are you doing that?
Joined
Yeah,
us
it's all
for another
weird again.
edition. Alright, recap is in a little document on your thing.
I see it.
I see.
Okay.
Yeah, I popped it up on everybody's screen.
Oh, easier.
Hell yeah.
All right. Are we ready for this?
Do it.
I'm ready when you are, man. Rock it.
All right. Searching for the Feywild, and recently having beaten a war troll, the team was transported back to the Colosseum where this had all started, with a full Thanksgiving dinner laid out in a banquet. Their leader, Saga, was behaving oddly. Shortly thereafter, they found that Saga was being mentally affected by something. While they were eating, a giant were-lion named Ariok entered with a group of varied lycanthropes, calling Saga out for letting his village burn from an illithid attack after they had agreed to an alliance. Demanding all of their heads, Rand DeCall challenged him to a duel, which he then accepted. The team, however, lacked the patience to hold back and started to join the fight when Rand yelled out for them to stop. This is where we joined the team.
Yep. So, you guys are still in the Coliseum. And that is, we had just started off an initiative roll because everybody was starting to join in the fray, and Rand called out for everyone to stop, trying to kind of stop what was happening. If I remember correctly, Feldemir had come up and said something about Bad Kitty.
Nope.
Or no, was that
Yeah,
Frolic?
he had grabbed him by the scruff.
Frolic had
Yeah,
done it.
Frolic had grabbed him by the scruff and said Bad Kitty. Feldemir had tried to appease him with a wild turkey, which he had eaten in a one bite and had kind of strengthened him a bit.
Regained
that
one of
is-
hit points, which Feldemir didn't mean for him to do.
Yeah, that was an unintentional side effect.
So Feldemir's actually moved up behind Ariok to kind of face off with the 3 werebeasts behind him. Not really fighting just yet, but he's guarding the duel that's
Okay.
going on.
The first thing that occurs is Mr. Finch appears very quickly, grabbing Frolic by the arm and going, "We need to go! We need to go!" And starts pulling him away from the battle and the fray. Pulling him over here. And he starts to keep an eye on Saga, who is still giving emotional outbursts. She's almost crying. She's talking about how much she loves you guys and how sorry she is that this has happened to Ariok. And it's very almost disconcerting because you guys have been hanging out with another shard mine now for quite a while and never seen any emotion from either of them.
Okay, so something's wrong.
And at the same note, Zevelix will come over here as well, tending to her as well. And as such, I will be removing them from the initiative order. So, how do you guys react to Rand attempting to tell you all to stop what you're doing?
Well, he did a diplomacy roll of 23, so
He did.
that's
So that- you have to
that's
take that
gonna
into
stop
account.
Feldemir.
Okay.
Yeah, if anybody wants to not follow that suggestion, they have to oppose it, basically.
I guess I wouldn't
I mean,
necessarily say that, but they'd have to keep in mind that it was a
Players
very.
can have their characters do whatever they want.
Yeah.
But they just need to take into account that it was a high roll. So
This isn't.
it's kind of
Call
like you
of
guys
Cthulhu.
set your own DCs and decide what you're going to do based on that. I see Coral is inching his way up. It looks like he's working his way around the table. If I remember correctly, Coral's having a little bit of an existential crisis, right? Because he's never failed before, and he's been having some trouble with his magic.
Well, I mean,
Well, hates everything.
I'm a self-taught mage, man, and I have researched the most ancient of magics, the one that is most looked down upon, and it has never failed
And
me
it
until
sucks.
now, this point.
Yeah, so he's
And
having
you
a
get a
little
little
bit of
freaked out about it.
he's having a little bit of trouble with the whole thing. Okay, so
Yeah.
everybody is holding back pretty much. What's
Yeah.
Aisley doing? She's over here, kind of up in the corner.
I'm gonna say that I'm gonna just hold my action until I have a better idea of what's going on, or I'm closer to something I can kill.
Okay. So Ariok
Age is me.
looks at Rand, but points at Saga and says, "You tell your people to stop. A decision must be made. Either we kill you all, or you give us the head of the shard mine."
At that point, I will yell out.
Are we?
I will yell out. You will never touch my friends, and you will never touch Saga. And at this point, I
He
would
takes
like
a
to.
step in Saga's direction.
I would like to cast Blood Offering.
Blood offering. What's blood offering?
You offer your life force up to vicious spectral demons who attack your foes, but beware, such beings are made of pure malevolence.
Oh, okay. So he's walking over. He's heading towards Saga. Kind of. He gave Rand his ultimatum. Rand doesn't seem to have responded with anything, so he's heading for Saga. What are you doing? Are you stepping in his way? Or...
Okay. I was letting Kirill respond. He seemed to be doing something.
Yeah.
Well, I was gonna say, that question goes out to both of you because you both seem to be taking action towards him.
Okay, well, I'm gonna step in. We're both gonna step in front of him, obviously. And
Now,
while
Coral,
Kirill
the
is saying,
spell that you want to do, how long does it take to prep? Is it like an immediate?
It is a standard action.
Okay. So, Rand, are you going to do anything else other than step in his way? We're kind of taking turns simultaneously here.
well, no, I was gonna say to him that. Oh, that I know who that was. I was gonna say to him that I'm confident that we can best the foes that he's having a problem with, the Illithids, and I think he's wrong that together we're not strong enough to overcome them.
Okay. Well, yeah, he expresses
Because
the
he
same.
and I are evenly matched. Like we're trading blows, and neither can make any headway against the other.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know.
Hey, it's not my fault he got fed a fucking full heal, okay?
I'm just saying he doesn't necessarily see it that way, but he looks and he says, "Your team may have some strength. My team has some strength, but this was an Illithid army that overran my village. All of us would be nothing more than a pebble dropped into the ocean when it comes.
Yeah,
to
but we don't need to fight them head on."
Feldenir's finally paying attention, and he's like, "What's an illithid?"
Well, hey, I mean, he's from the.
It's a legitimate
Never
question.
even
It's
seen one
just,
of them.
Feldenir always never ceases to blow me away.
He is always quite entertaining. Does anybody in the party feel like answering him?
I don't think my character would know what it is.
Okay. Does anybody in the group know? We can do history rolls if you guys want to.
I know how I can put it to Feldenir that he will immediately understand and not like.
Okay.
They're mind thieves.
During all this talking to, Coral is prepping that spell that he was talking about. So I'm not sure exactly what that looks like. Do you want to tell us what that looks like, Richard?
So basically, I pull out my pocket knife and I stab it into the inside of my arm just below the elbow
Mhm.
and rip it
Nathan's
down.
power went out.
And then I grab it with my other hand, stab it into my other arm, and rip it down. And as the blood is dripping, I start muttering my incantation, and my entire body starts to glow a very, very bright red hue before all the blood in my body is sucked out and reaches out, and it's almost as if a like a purple coalescent color mixes with the blood, and as it fires, it comes out to all of the other his like little henchmen guys, and as it fires forward, you see spectral demons coming out and wrapping themselves around. And as soon as the attack is finished, they look back to me and come back and start eating me.
Okay. So while that's occurring, they're having this full-on conversation, and Ariok looks at Rand and says, "The only way that we know to deal with a conflict is to fight. What do you recommend with the Illithids?"
The Illithids are controlled by a hive mind. A small team of powerful enough people can destroy that, and they won't be able to organize themselves properly in order to fight against us anymore. They'll panic.
You wish to find and destroy the hive mind of the Illithids?
It's the
Do you
most
have any
effective
idea where
way to
look for
fight
such a
them.
place?
Well, no.
So all you have is a theory with no execution.
That's what working together is for. We can figure something out. You know the layout of your town, even if it is destroyed. If they've taken it over, it's likely to be in the most defensible place there.
Can you guys hear me?
Yep.
Yes, we can hear you.
Cool. Sorry. Go ahead. I thought you guys could have heard me before.
We can hear you now.
Cool.
So he looks at Rand and says, the Illithids will guard such a place with their lives. I do not believe that we would be able to take that over.
Well, I mean,
My
we'll be
village will not
fighting
be
with our
avenged
lives.
with half promises.
Just sounds to me like you don't want to come to a compromise here. I mean, we have a secret weapon. We have Feldenir. He doesn't have a mind. They'll not know what to do with it.
Seriously. Little tree shield.
You are
And
right.
what's funny is Rand is completely speaking in character with that because he is not impressed with Feldenir's acuity, so to speak.
No, absolutely. Absolutely. That backhand insult makes complete sense, but Ariak looks at him and says, "You are right about one thing. I do not wish to compromise. I wish to avenge." And he pushes Rand out of the way and starts walking
I
towards
grab
Saga.
his. Well, hell with that shit. First of all, I grab his arm, and I say, "Do you need me to roll for that? Because I'm gonna." Oh, he didn't even hear me say that.
Say
Damn
what?
it! He didn't hear me insult Feldenir. I feel all.
No, he
without it.
didn't. But we'll fill him in when he gets back. But
That's okay. But no, I'm gonna grab. I'm
can-
gonna grab his arm and I'm gonna say, "How is killing her avenging your town? You should kill the people that did it. I mean, why is it her fault? Isn't it your goddamn town? Couldn't have you defended it?
we attempted to defend it.
And you failed. So how is that her fault? It's yours."
Yeah.
You may throw blame all you
Can you
like,
guys
but
hear
I
me?
will
Can you guys
still
see me?
avenge the person who promised us protection and did not deliver. So he pushes you out of the
Well,
way.
there's only one party here that didn't deliver protection to their town.
Oh, yeah, he's definitely shoving you out of the way. You can roll a strength check to
Try to
try and
counter
avoid it
that.
if you want.
Hey David, when does my spell go off,
Do I?
bud?
I need
In
to
just a
see
minute.
something.
Okay.
Yeah, it'll be rolling off in just a minute.
Okay.
Yeah, I need to. One
you
second
guys
while
hear
he's
me now?
pushing his way
Yeah.
back. I need to look at
Okay.
something here.
Can we retcon and tell Feldenir what an illithid is?
Oh, mind thieves.
Well, you heard Rams talk a little bit about how it's a hive mind type creature, and then he pitched to Ariok that you guys would be able to fight the Illithids because Feldenir doesn't have a mind to take over. Basically, insulting his intelligence.
Is that what Rand said? Okay.
That is what Rand said. Yes.
Feldenir,
So nobody's given like a full description, but he gave a little
still
bit
given
of an idea.
Feldenir an answer.
No, I
Okay.
told him. I said they're mind thieves.
Mind thieves.
That means
Okay.
that doesn't
I
mean
just
anything.
mean it's a basic
They
description.
they look like confessors from Doctor Who, but with a Cthulhu type face.
I guess both of those would exist.
You know what? Yeah, Feldenir would under. So Feldenir's gonna go. Oh, squiddies!
Yeah, squids.
Squiddies.
No, squiddies.
Okay, so-
I remember seeing
Are
those
you gonna-
before.
Is Rand gonna roll a strength check to counter being shoved?
Feldenir's
Yes, I
gonna
will
come
roll
up
a
here
strength.
behind the
You
lion
guys
guy.
can talk if you want, just saying.
And as you guys are surrounding their leader, the
You
rest of the
How do I
lycanthropes
roll
are also
strength?
moving in into a tighter pattern.
What up?
Are we still in initiative right now?
17.
Yes and no. We have initiative rolled, but we're not going in explicit turn order.
16,
What did I
17.
do?
Yeah, not even close. So he shoves you aside like it's nothing.
He's a lion. What do you? I'm just a little tiny drow.
And as he is taking another step towards Saga to try and take her out, Quirrell's
Well, my buddy Casper
spell
just
comes to a
Honey, mute
and
yourself
he'll
if you're
say
gonna
what
talk.
happens next.
died still.
All right, so Quirrell, tell us what this spell looks like as it goes off.
So basically, as soon as he shoves Rand out of the way, I'm going to tell Ariok, you want power. Watch. And then I shove my pocket knife into my arm and drag it down to the wrist. Grab it in the other hand, shove it into the other arm, and drag it down to the wrist. And as I mutter my incantation, a purplish hue starts emanating from my blood, and spectral demons start to form and control the blood, and they shoot out to all of his minions. And as soon as they are devoured, the demons come back and devour me. And at this point, as they are devouring me, I will say this: do not be afraid. Being afraid is all right. Fear is a superpower. Fear can make you faster and stronger and cleverer. If you're wise and strong, fear doesn't have to make you cruel or cowardly. That was my mistake. Fear can make you kind. If you will always be afraid, even if you learn to hide it, fear is like a companion. It will always be there. But that is okay, because fear can bring us all together. Fear can bring us home. Fear will always be our companions. And I will die.
Oh,
What?
okay. What does the spell actually do then? If you're forfeiting your life for it?
So basically, what it says is it's Constitution versus AC. So I can roll that if you want me to.
Okay.
If it misses, that'll be awful.
That would be awful.
Well,
It would be.
it's
It would be
versus
plural.
AC, okay? So I'm pretty sure I'll be all right. And I have a very high Constitution score.
Well, yeah, I would assume too.
I
This
think
is a
that
much
actually
higher
does
level spell than you normally would cast if it's sacrificing your life. for
Right,
it.
right. But I rolled a 21.
Okay. Now this is targeting everybody in a certain area, or is it just enemies? All the guys around you?
It says it targets one bloodied creature, but
Oh, I
Okay.
don't think he's even bloodied.
I'm essentially sacrificing myself. So
Yes.
I would like it to attack. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I would like it to be a burst 5.
Okay. Does it hit everybody or just enemies?
Just enemies.
Okay.
And then if it hits, it's a 6d6 plus my Constitution modifier necrotic damage.
Okay. Let me check some ACs here.
If it's over 21, it doesn't hit them. But if it misses, it's half damage.
If this is half damage. No, that'll hit every single one of them. So if I'm understanding this correctly, you cut yourself, you bleed out, you bring in some kind of spectral demons that feed off of you, and then you like explode them or send them at your enemies.
Yes.
After they've consumed you,
well,
so you make them strong, and then you send them
Right.
after those guys.
Right.
Okay, and it does. You said 66.
That's
plus
crazy,
what?
Maracas.
Yeah. Plus my Constitution modifier.
Okay. That will. How about your Constitution modifier?
My Constitution modifier. 1 second. Is a 4.
Okay, so 70 damage.
Jesus.
All right.
Yeah.
No,
And it-
not 66.
Well-
It's 6
Yeah. 6d6.
Oh, gotcha. Okay, so
Yeah.
roll for damage.
Plus 4, so 25.
25 damage. Okay.
Mhm.
So you send these demons out, and
Interesting.
these spectral creatures just start gnawing and ripping at every single one of the enemies that you guys are facing. And it manages to first tear apart the werewolf, letting out a howl as he dies, and is torn to pieces. The wereboar has the same thing, lets out a snort and a squeal, and then is ripped to shreds as well. Both of them just leaving behind a bloody mess. The were-rat swats at the creatures before they finally do him in as well. And the were-bear, affectionately called Baloo, swats at them as well, and these things rip him to just about the end of his life, leaving him bloodied and just sitting on the ground, laying on the ground essentially, barely able to prop himself up. Same thing with the were-tiger that you see here, his right-hand man.
Mm-hmm.
You can tell that they are just on death's door, almost all the way down to the end. And Ariok himself is still standing, but you see just bloody rips in his flesh open up and just start pouring out as he's roaring from the pain. Now you said this destroys you in the process too, Coral?
Yes, but before I
Okay,
die, I would like to lay on the ground, and my last words being, "You ask what we have. We have our friends. That is how we will overcome those odds." And then I'll...
Okay, and then from what I understand, they basically rip you apart
Yep.
while they're
Yep.
feeding on you. So there's no
screaming that.
recovering, there's no revivify or whatever it is. This is an ultimate death.
Ultimate gone.
Permanent.
Okay, so you all watch almost in awe and horror as Quirrell is ripped apart by these spectral creatures, and he takes care of most of the lycanthropes in the room, or in the area. And eventually these creatures rip him apart until he essentially fades from existence, leaving behind just his basics, his armor that he was wearing. The gun falls to the side on the ground, and he disappears. I don't know if anybody wants to react
Okay.
to that. This is normally where RP would occur.
Feldenir,
I will.
Can Feldenir go
I'll
first?
run.
Okay,
Dude.
one at a time. Let's do Rand first, since we're already talking.
Oh, I just want to run to Zevelix. And I'm immediately going to see that I can't do anything about it. But but I'm gonna grab his gun and I'm gonna turn to Lion-O, and I'm going to.
Lion-O.
I couldn't remember, and I'm going to.
It should have a. Doesn't it have his name on it or anything, or can you not see that?
No.
hold on.
Even if he did, I would probably do the same thing, and I would Ariok, okay, and I will say, you see, this is the strength of our convictions.
Okay, and what does Feldenir do seeing Coral sacrifice himself like that?
Feldenir's just gonna go. He finally did something. That was awesome. Man, did you see those things go after? I mean, and he looks at Ariok and he goes, "Yeah, so you're not gonna hurt our friend now, right?"
And Ariok looks both at Rand and then he looks at Feldenir and he says, "I have never seen power like that before. I am unable. You have bested us."
Sorry, guys. I was in the shop.
It's fine.
That's okay. But he says, "We are not strong enough to engage you in battle. We are not strong enough to defeat you. We wish to agree to the truce, agree to the ally that you have offered, and if not, at least, please, we beg you, let us leave with our lives." And he gets down
Well,
on
I
one
had
knee
no
and kind of
intention.
bows in a very honoring way to Rand.
Okay. I will put my hand in a disarming manner on his shoulder and said, I never had any intention of trying to kill you to begin with. That would be a waste of your potential and your life.
I'm sorry. We know nothing other than the hunt and the kill, other than our research. Here, you have bested us. This may be best in your hands. And he pulls out a small vial of a blue liquid that almost looks like there's electricity running through it. And he says, "My people have only been known for one thing, and that is the lycanthrope serum. This serum will take any animal and turn it into a humanistic property. We no longer are worthy of holding it." And he hands it to Rand.
I'll take it. And Rand is kind of speechless, and he's considering the possibilities of this as a player, i.e. Zevlix's little bat thing.
Give it to the turkeys.
Well, it was
Feldenir was about to start saying that. Feldenir was gonna go, dude, to Rand, dude, where turkey?
Well, okay, hold on. Before that, you mentioned the bat. That's a good question for Richard. Where's Petrie? Did Petrie die with you?
Petrie is an arcane familiar, and he only.
So he would go away.
He's only summoned by me. He is gone.
Okay, so yeah, you wouldn't be able to feed it to
the
Petrie
mimic?
anyways.
That would create a changeling.
Well, he's saying, and Ariok says, "We've never tested it on any magical creatures before. But this is the serum that gives us life, gives my people life. And when the Illithids attack, they destroyed our facilities. We can no longer create the serum. So this is the last of it."
Is it possible to reverse engineer this, you think? Do you know enough about the creation process?
With the proper facilities, it is possible. However, our lead scientist was killed. So, but I am a warrior. I am a leader. I am not a scientist.
I happen to know somebody who has access to good facilities and scientists who might be able to make it up to you for failing you so horrendously before.
Who would you be speaking of?
He just kind of, because Saga's like directly behind him.
Oh, he points to Saga?
Yeah, she's like right back there. I mean, there's no. He doesn't see the point in like drawing her into it right now because she's a bit loopy.
Mhm.
And of course, it goes without saying that they're gonna have to figure that out first. But I mean,
Well, Ariok looks past Rand at the indication that he's making, and you can tell he growls a little bit. He doesn't like the idea, but he says, "I'm in no position to dictate terms. I
These
will
aren't-
accept any assistance that you'd be willing to offer."
I'm not asking you to like it, but it's more than one avenue of attack. Figuratively speaking, is better than only one.
I agree. I never thought I would find myself agreeing with one other than a lycanthrope. You make much sense, sir.
I try to. I don't waste my wisdom score.
And he says, "We are.
Okay,
Unfortunately, me and my friends, my group, we are badly damaged. Your friend's spell has caused quite a bit of damage, and we have nowhere to stay.
Well,
would we?
we'll motion at the Thanksgiving feast because they're full heals, right? Like,
Essentially, yeah, it helps.
Feldenir's
Yes.
gonna say, "You want another turkey?"
Ariok looks
gobble,
over.
We
motherfucker.
got a bunch of them over there.
He looks over at the table. He looks over at the pen of turkeys, and he does lick his lips and kind of growl a bit, and
Right, Feldenir's
eyes
gonna
them.
start running.
Rand will just motion.
Feldenir's gonna start
Help
running towards the
yourselves.
coop. To go grab another turkey.
Okay.
David,
Yes.
Rand will go to help Baloo up.
since he's over there, he needs to make a perception check.
Uh-oh.
Okay. So wait. I'm sorry. I got a little bit distracted. Wife texting on the phone. So Feldner runs over to the turkey pit. Richard, are you indicating you want to do what I think you want to do?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Feldner, give me a perception check, please.
Perception check. Okay. 13 plus.
One of the turkeys is sneakily substituted with a were turkey.
No.
I saw
I,
that.
I grabbed the wrong thing. I'm like, one of the turkeys goes AWOL and comes back.
It changed its mind. It'll take its slot with the rest of them. Strength in numbers.
13 plus 4. It's a 17.
Okay. So as you walk over to the bleachers, which is where these turkeys are penned in, you notice through the spaces in between the bleachers, there is a man, or at least a humanoid, sitting underneath the bleachers. And Richard, would you like to introduce who he's looking at?
Yes, you are looking at a. Give me just a second. 1 second.
Hold on, I'm pulling him in. Oh yeah, you guys can see him now, right?
Where?
Should be right in the middle of the bleachers.
Wrong
He's in
layer.
the He's in the token layer. Hold on. Oh, nope, that was a turkey. Hold on. Everything's kind of on top of each other in there. Hold on.
I mean, there's a bunch of turkeys.
Yes, apparently I decided to stick.
All of a sudden, turkeys explode outward.
Yeah, the turkeys separate a little bit. You see through the bleachers to underneath to a gentleman, a humanoid creature. Ding! There we go.
Oh, it's Frodo.
You see a. He looks just under 6 foot tall. Very skinny. And he has like a tannish skin complexion.
Is he a bard?
He has dark colored hair. He is wearing a leather jacket and a hat on his head. And he is underneath the bleachers, just silently strumming his guitar. And whenever he hears Feldenir climbing onto the bleachers, he looks back and, oh, who are you?
Here it is. Hi, I'm Feldenir.
This is actually the best person he could have met.
I'm 5. What's your name?
Oh my! Wait, You're a tree.
Well, no, I'm not a tree. I'm not a
I
tree.
think everybody
No,
else
don't
glosses over that.
don't call me a tree, please.
Rand will motion to
very well.
Ariok and say, "Get closer. You got to watch this guy at work. You'll see what I was talking about."
Don't call me a tree. I'm a
Well,
Wildin.
Oh no, I'm helping Blue up.
I'm from the Feywild,
oh.
and
Wait,
more
you
like,
said wait. You're from the Feywild?
yes, sir.
Oh, me too.
While this conversation is happening, the lycanthropes go over to the table and just start tearing into the food.
Yeah, I helped Blue over there because he was all grounded.
And I'll
And I
climb
will-
up through the
I will join
bleachers.
them over here.
Feldenir's gonna go. What was your name?
My name is Lorindal.
In the background, Rand is like poking Zelix's corpse with some of the turkey. That's not canon. That's horrible.
I do have a question, though. What was that bright purple and reddish light that was back over where you came from? Over to where... Yeah, where that lion is devouring all the turkey? What was that light from?
That was my friend exploding.
And he's in with full two hands. Just he's grabbing wine and
Just
beers.
as a
and...
player, you're talking about what Coral did, right?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, Feldenir's gonna say exactly what Brent said. That was my friend exploding.
I knew it. I knew
What?
it. See, I know Feldenir.
Why did he explode?
Well,
To
these
teach us
guys were
about
gonna kill our
friendship.
friends. These guys over here, all these animal-looking guys, they were gonna kill our friend. Well, I guess boss. Friend works. And he didn't want them to kill her, so he blew himself up and took like 3 of them with him.
Oh, a very noble death. And how was he as a person?
You're totally gonna have to post in a lower
Kind of an asshole, actually.
An
He
asshole.
wasn't very nice. Yeah, he wasn't very nice. But I mean, I guess he made up for it.
Then I will compose songs of his noble sacrifice.
Explodiness.
And
His volatility will live on.
where you said you had friends that were
Finish memory.
potentially going to be harmed. What is that one? Oh, just before the table.
He's talking about me, I think.
Yeah.
Oh, you mean Rand? Yeah, he's one of my friends, but the big bear guy. Oh man, I guess he doesn't like being called names or something because he got pretty mad.
Okay.
Oh yeah, and Feldenir grabs a turkey and starts walking back.
Alright.
Yeah, the whole
Feldenir got
time you guys are
distracted.
just
And I
you
will.
guys are just surrounded by.
Rand will
Feldenir grabs a turkey again by the neck. He grabs a turkey by the neck.
This is what I was talking about.
Shall
And he's
shall
gonna
I
walk
grab
over.
one?
Sure, yeah. I think these guys are hungry, and he walks over with the turkey over to Ariok. Turkey's
Okay.
still grabbed by the neck, and he
I will.
presents it to Ariok and goes, "Here."
While he's digging into the cooked turkey and all the other foods, he just quickly reaches out a hand and grabs the turkey and just shoves it in his mouth and just keeps going. And he growls and he mutters kind of, and he keeps going like a thank you. It just keeps ripping through all the foods on the table, and it is starting to get a little bit low, but you can tell that they're feeling
Feldenir's
better.
gonna see if he can find a piece of pie or something,
Okay.
if there's any left,
And
and
then
start munching on them.
Rand is totally gonna nosh because he got fucked up. He's just not gonna let on.
Okay. So yeah, he eats a bit too, and it'll recover his HP. For the lycanthropes, you can tell they're feeling better. It's not like it's going to heal the wounds that have happened, so they're still bleeding a bit, but you can tell that it's given them a bit more energy, a bit more vigor.
Okay,
As well
Rand
as
wants
I can.
to ask. I'm sorry. Rand
Mhm.
does want to ask Ariok if he can explain better how the serum is supposed to work. Because if it's possible, because Rand is serious about wanting to help take down the Illithids. He's not just like playing lip service.
Mhm.
Um, because he's given his chaotic neutralness. He's displayed kind of strange shit before, but like he's serious on this, where he's really been impressed by Ariok, and he wants to know if there's a possibility of being able to maybe weaponize this somehow. So that's he understands that it's no easy feat taking on Illithids. He's way ahead of the game on that.
Mhm.
So he's gonna ask Ariok if he can explain how it works, like how it functions. How does it change people into lycanthrope? Is it like a temporary classical lycanthrope thing? Is it permanent? Like what's going on with this?
Mhm. Okay. So he's digging into the meat. He's still got blood kind of dripping down from the live turkey that he ate. He hears your question and he stops. He takes a big drink and he kind of wipes the food and blood from his mouth and swallows what he has. And he says, I don't understand the science of it. Uh, I can tell you what they told me. That vial there has enough for either one large or three small creatures to be changed into lycanthropes like you see us here. Um, it is not the classical lycanthrope issue. It does not transmit the virus. It's not a virus. It's not transmitted via bite or anything like that. It is a permanent and consciously capable change of the creature. But be warned, when they are first changed, it is like giving birth. They have the mind of a child, and it takes time to train them and have them learn how to talk and walk.
Lurendal is writing all
So
of
that
this down for future
so
sonnets.
Okay.
so this means that all of you used to be a lion, a bear, and a tiger, respectively.
Absolutely, yes.
Here
This is
says,
how
"Oh my!"
Oh my! We say the same time.
lions and tigers and
We
bears.
say-
Oh my!
Yeah, we
That is
Seldenir
correct. We were
totally
fed
say
the
that at the
serum.
same time.
Yeah, we were fed the serum, and then we were taught and trained to be the way we are now.
Okay. Who trained you?
Feldner says, "Who taught you?"
Well, others in our village, we've been doing this for quite some time. The formula used to be less perfect, which is where your classic idea of a lycanthrope comes from. They never changed based on the moon. That was always a fallacy. That was always a story that was told. But when we first developed the serums, it would be temporary. They would change into a humanoid form, and then once the firsts of us learned to create and to control and to modify this serum, it has gone over the years and imbued with magic to become what it is now.
You who originated this whole project?
We do not know. We do not know who gave the first of our people the serum. Unfortunately, there was nobody to record that back then, as we did not know how to speak or write.
How long is your history?
Oh, it goes back for generations, as long as we can remember. We inhabited the island of Madagascar, which is where we have lived for a long time, which has now been burned to the ground.
Feldner is gonna say to Rand, "Don't you watch movies?" It was Dr. Moreau.
I get it.
I do not know of this Dr. Moreau that you speak of, but it very possibly could be him. Do you know something I don't? And you do get the sense
don't
that
watch
none
movies,
of
then yeah, I know a lot that you don't.
they've been on this island fairly isolated for a long time. They don't get
Long
pop
time.
culture references.
Yeah, he was wondering. Is there age? Is there age affected by this serum?
Their age? What do you mean?
Like how old you can get?
We. I'm
Like, say
again
somebody-
not sure what you mean as a player.
Say somebody
As a
took-
player, I don't know
Feldner's
what you
gonna-
mean. What are you talking about?
Okay,
Feldner's
well,
gonna
as
say,
a
"My
player,
dog hears."
yeah, as a player, say somebody took a were mouse, right? Like, would that were mouse only have a maximum life expectancy of like 6 or 7 years?
Oh, I get what you're saying. I never even considered that. those of us that have taken the serum lived a typical human lifespan. So if in the example that you give, where a mouse could be used with the serum, you would, if they were through half their life, they would have about half of a human life left.
Let's see. So, huh.
Again, I don't know all
Does
the
that
science
mean
of
that
it.
longer lived?
Instructions are a little snappy.
As a player, I'm like, I'm so curious. Okay. Because Rand is thinking maybe we can track down the person that started this whole thing. But if it's that long ago, that's probably, unless they're an elf, not a possibility.
Now, while you are talking with Ariok, one of the envelopes that you were given originally starts to light up, where in your pocket or wherever you guys had set it, and it lights up, and then it almost burns as if it's been completed, and that would be
Get smart.
kind of it like self-destructs itself, but and that would be this one.
Okay.
Everybody see it?
Oh, the
Yeah.
poor little guy. The little. Okay, so. Oh, does that mean we have a time limit on these quests?
No, it means well, you think it means. You know what? Give me an intelligence roll. I was about to give that one away.
I want to do it.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm gonna do
The
it.
secret is.
I will
Where the
let
fuck
you
is
know
my
that when
intelligence?
Saga gave them to you, she did say that there are time limits on these quests, so they're not all infinite time frames.
Right.
Right.
Pretty sure my
Lighting a fire, as it were.
Yeah,
But
my
intelligence
See, the
is
secret is
nine.
you just spam the DM with a ton of questions and catch them off guard with the ones that matter.
Yeah,
A 5.
Okay, so neither of you rolled very
I got
high.
5.
You do know that there is a time limit on these missions that you were provided, but this doesn't seem to be like one that ran out of time. Your gut is telling you that this is a mission completed. And
okay.
Saga looks over and says, oh, "You completed your first mission. You are far ahead of schedule.
What? What?
I will be right back." And she
So
teleports
we can finish objectives
What?
accidentally, is what you're telling me.
Apparently.
Yeah.
What was that?
So we completed the like make a friend quest.
No, this one she'll tell you in a second. But she teleports out, and while she's gathering what she's going to gather and bring back,
Game Boy, but if you want to come back over right now, you're welcome to.
you know what? I tell you what, it burns up, and you can see the writing that was on the inside, and it tells you about Ariok and his people, and the fact that there's a pending possible attack coming, and that your job is going to be to help them and to get this serum from them so that they can try and synthesize it using the UN's people and
Okay,
science.
Rand.
So
Rand is gonna sidle up with Ariok because he's not gonna like make a huge deal about this, but he is gonna bring this. He can't hear me. He's gonna bring this to Ariok's attention and say, "Look, she hadn't forgotten you. This was on the to-do list, essentially." He's gonna leave silent his realization that it could very well be their fault as much as Saga's fault that it didn't happen. He knows Arion's smart enough to figure that out.
well, you can it would be more of an inkling that Ariok and his people value strength, and you bested them. So even though he still probably holds Saga to blame for the fact that assistance wasn't provided in time, he kind of feels himself subservient to you and your team, and he's going to leave it alone because you obviously feel that it's not her fault.
Okay, I can understand that motivation pretty well. Okay.
So Saga has teleported out for the moment, and we're going to take a quick break because I need to take a pill or two in order to keep going. But let's do a 10-minute break, and we'll be back.
Okay.
And then, like I said, we'll probably be ending out early tonight just because I'm not feeling great.
Okay.
Right.
All right. Break time.
All right.
Cool.
I was not expecting Kuro kill himself.
Did you ever do a new character?
Quirrell, like he's like the
Yeah, did Quirrell already do a new character?
yeah. It's just
Yeah, he's got a
he
new
pulled like
character.
the
So
ultimate
he's
emo
a
thing.
human bard. Yeah, he totally like killed
Well,
himself.
I heard that. I caught up until that point, and then my phone died. I was being stupid and should have realized it was gonna be like battery dead.
Psst. He's not a human.
He's a humanoid.
He
Huh?
is
He's an elf
I am
of some
a
kind.
I
He
am
can see-
a I am a Kalashtar. Kalashtar.
I don't.
What?
What does that matter? What does that matter? I
It
what?
matters.
I don't know what that's in reference to.
I don't know what a Kalashtar is.
Kalashtar is from the Feywild. They're like the elf of the Fey. Like it's. Hang on.
I just. Does that play into his death in some way?
No.
No, but we said he was a human, but he's not.
Oh, I did. I didn't mean to. I'm
think
sorry.
Hang
I
on.
think he's smoking a cigarette. If he left, he didn't say anything to me.
There you go. I'm gonna go pee. I'll be right back.
Oh, they impersonate humans.
Oh, we have another psionic person on our team. Okay, great.
We do. Who?
Kalashtar.
No, that's what Zevelix was.
I'm saying Kalashtar. It says here that it provides
Yeah.
Kalashtar with an excess of psychic energy and a natural gift for psionic powers.
Yeah, but that person's dead now.
No, the new character is a Kalashtar. The last character was a human. New character is a Kalashtar.
Are you
Bard?
sure?
That's what he
I
said.
thought he was saying that Zevelix is a human, was a Kalistrar. Huh, okay. I mean, okay. He's a bard. Looks like a bard.
The Zevelix is Matt's character.
Oh, what
You
was
meant
Kirill?
Quirrell?
Yeah.
Quirrell was a human mage. Blood mage.
Okay, wasn't he saying that Curl was a Kalishtar?
No, he's saying his new character is a Kalashtar. Yep.
I wonder what we're going to be able to use Ariok for. I wonder if Ariok's my pet.
You don't get a pet.
Oh,
Team
we're going to
Leader
catch a...
doesn't get a pet.
You know, I could look at it a different way and say that you guys are my pets.
I was gonna infer that, but I didn't want to because it's great. Because it's you.
I'm just going to capture a cricket and
So
tame
look what I'm working on right now.
and name him Jiminy. It's a beholder.
It's a Cyclops, but yeah.
It looks like
It
a beholder.
like a beholder. A little bit, but it doesn't have eyeballs.
I
all
see
over
the hair
place.
now. No,
Yeah,
a
it
beholder
doesn't-
A beholder has one main eye with a bunch of
And
tentacles.
a bunch of stalks with eyes on the end of them that shoot different lasers and shit at you. Hell yeah, they have multiple
Yeah.
eyes.
Yeah, but I wasn't looking at the tentacles.
Anyway, so I got myself an interesting coloring book to spend
That looks
time.
like fun.
You know, I want an interesting color.
I'm glad Kuro was able to defuse that. I was running out of options and ideas of what to do.
Yeah, that would have been
Oh,
bad if Coral couldn't, sacrifice himself to save the rest of us.
Yeah. I think Rand might have been able to do more if he hadn't healed Ariok halfway through, but them's the breaks, right?
Yeah, well, Feldenir didn't know that was going to happen.
I didn't know that was going to happen.
What, that Quirrell was gonna sacrifice himself?
No.
The turkey was
Brent,
going
knock it
to
off.
insta-heal.
What?
Stop shaking the house. Thank you.
I know Brent was confused because he thought that you meant that Coral was a Kalashtar, not your new character.
Oh, no. Quirrell was a human.
Okay.
But no, nothing worked so far, so he wanted to help you guys, even if you were dicks to him, in the best way that he knew how.
Even after death.
Right?
The most passive-aggressive way you knew how.
He was just tired of it.
Gonna make fun of me? Fine, I'll show you what I can really do.
Lol.
But it was insanely effective. We were actually just saying, I'm glad Carol was able to defuse that, because Rand was really running out of ideas and options.
Well, the main reason that I wanted to roll a new character and I decided to let Quirrell die is that all of my powers affected either fortitude or will, and everything that we had fought so far had a very high will or fortitude. So he couldn't. He effectively was shut down. He could do nothing at all.
He was gimped from the get-go, just completely by accident.
Right. Exactly. Like, I wasn't expecting that. I'm pretty sure David wasn't trying to do that. You know?
Yeah, I was just like, holy fuck.
Like,
a lot more shit than we anticipated
like,
is
goddamn.
strong against this stuff.
Yeah.
Kaz, knock it off.
And then, I was talking to David about it, and I was like, what do they need? Honestly, if my character isn't gonna be able to put out any damage whatsoever,
we might as well fill a spot that's needed.
Right. And so he's like, they need a ranged
Bard
guy,
is
so I decided to roll a bard. I had another build
No,
in
Bard's
mind.
an amazingly good choice.
Right.
I'm hybrid Bard, but mine is more for combat utility for the hybrid rather than support,
Yeah, well, mine's support, but I also built it to where I can kind of get into the thick of things if I have to.
Mm-hmm.
But
yeah, well, I'm a primary rogue. So.
Right. But no, I'm full on bard, man. And then later on, I was thinking bard wizard.
Well, that's the thing. I'm never going to be able to level different classes. I've sacrificed some things in order to make a hybrid character.
Believe me, I know. I was building one, and I was like, wait, nope. I want to do just a straight class. That's too much fucking thinking on my part.
The hybrids are complicated.
They are.
Yeah.
They really fucking are. Your
But
feats and your powers, it can't be the full-on one. It has to be the hybrid one, and there's so many fucking restrictions to the power. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, that's why I'm staying away from any kinds of powers that get hybrided. But I really like getting access to everything from both classes to choose what I want to use.
Right.
It's like, if I get 1 or 2 at-will attacks, I can choose that from anything. that is available to those two classes, and that's an amazing thing for me. With how
Exactly.
I'm building Rand. I'm building Rand to fulfill a very specific combat role,
Right.
and having access to the bard stuff is what is making that possible. So
Is David back or is he just done for?
he's taking some meds.
He's sick.
I'll be right back. I'm gonna step outside and socialize with the company. I'll be
All
right
right.
back. I'll be a good host or something.
Right. Luna, shush. It's night time.
Somebody doesn't agree with you. Unless that's Gur jumping up on Brent's microphone. That'd be really funny if Gur just popped up right now. So, Richard, how long were you planning your imminent death?
Like a week.
Ah,
Yeah, like after this and like after the last session, I was like, you know what, like I really can't do anything because chances are, like I was telling Brent, they have a high fortitude or a high will, so my powers won't be able to touch them at all.
mm-hmm.
And I was like, you know what, like I'll just re-roll something that works. Plus, I mean, that was whenever,
This is why blood mages are shunned.
huh?
I guess that's why blood mages are shunned. They're like, you guys can't even stop it. No, cut it out. They're like, no, we will die for our cause.
No, basically, it was just like a last, like, because Quirrell was inherently an evil character. Like, that's the alignment I chose for him. That's why he was an asshole.
It doesn't seem like a very balanced magic, though.
Well, I mean, the Blood Mage, it essentially isn't a. It's not a heroic class, it's a Paragon path. But I had found the class on Homebrew and I asked David if I could use it. And he's like, yeah, you know, go ahead. Because it's supposed to be a Paragon path for a wizard. But the Homebrew was kind of broken, so if you're looking at Homebrew and things or looking at Homebrew website, be very careful and cautious and look over powers and such.
Yeah, I was noticing that.
But plus, I mean, like I said, you know, the Thanksgiving one or like last session, David was saying like, oh, like why don't you play Bard? Just because I'm really weird and quirky and like to sing, even though I'm a terrible singer. So I decided to roll a Bard. Is my first time playing a Bard is with this character that I just made. So I'm excited to see how it goes.
Right on.
Sweet.
Because I've always only played like rangers and hunters and you know that sort of thing.
Shit that hangs back.
Right,
Good
and
to branch out.
yeah, and so I was like, you know what, I want to try something fucking different, and so I decided to still be kind of ranged, but with the ability, I built him with the ability that if someone rushed him, he could hold his own.
Well, you're gonna have to update your character image and name thing now.
Very true. I will do that right now.
We got 10 minutes, don't we? Something like that.
Backstory.
Do what?
Counter-dicted.
Nate, what'd you say, bud?
You have my
Steve,
permission to
your
sync that.
backstory.
Did you see my backstory?
I did not.
Oh, all right. Hang
I
on.
was disappearing with my pipe.
I can't see your player
You
character.
can,
now.
Oh,
Oh.
Yeah.
I'll have David change it, but I'll read it out for you if you wanna
That's
know
you.
what it is.
What's your choice?
Well, I wouldn't tell them everything, Richard, because they don't know anything about you yet until your character provides that info. That's why I didn't share it out.
Right.
I'll just
Okay.
start it again?
All right. Well,
Come
I
on,
think
man.
I think we'll do that on our
Come
next
here,
rest,
play the
man.
tennis stand, and you're gonna push me.
Do what
I'm
our
fucking
next
out of
rest?
here.
I'm basically gonna give you a bit of my background and
Give you all the skinny.
yeah, and what the fuck I'm
That's
doing
fine.
in the world.
All I gotta say.
You're just like gratiatingly motion at us every time I look at you like, what the fuck are you doing here?
Yeah, I'm just waving. Hi. Hey.
No, I just realized that when I never gave you a wish list, David.
No, you didn't. But despite that,
I've made it clear the only item I'm concerned with.
What's the only item you're
so everybody
concerned
back?
with?
Everybody here?
Yeah.
He wants that flail mail. I know. He's told me. The
Hey,
snail flail mail.
David, before we
snail.
get started, man, will you
Which
give
one
me a blank sheet so I can keep track of what rituals I'm using, because I will be using rituals.
Yeah, sure. You just want like a handout?
Yeah. I forgot the name of it.
The character sheet?
Yeah.
Still got one street. For the single silver street.
We'll move that. I'll move that to
Hey, Brett, mute yourself.
shop.
You know what? I will.
Here in just here in a minute we're getting ready to get started.
There you go, Richard. Yeah, I think we're pretty much ready to go. We're just waiting on everybody, right? We're waiting on. Who are we waiting on?
We're all here.
Who are we waiting on?
Nobody, we're all here.
What, babe?
I don't know.
Mom, I think you need to get that jacket, the jeans, and the underwear.
Go ahead, guys.
Okay, so
Kristen,
Saga
you get the one piece,
disappears
the outfit,
and
the shoes.
reappears with several things in hand. Almost wrapped up like, well, they are actually. They're wrapped up like Christmas presents. And she goes, I know this isn't necessarily a Thanksgiving thing, but I just felt like I wanted to have these ready for you guys when you finished your first mission. Because you have helped so much with everything, and you've helped save my job. You've helped me out.
Your
I
job
wanted
kept
to
you
give you
alive right
something.
now. Shit.
That too. I appreciate that as well. And she starts handing out gifts to each of the people on the team, with the exception of Lorendal, as she didn't even know he was under the bleachers. And as she kind of comes around and looks at him,
How does she have a gift for
where
Ariel?
did you come from? But she didn't have a gift for Ariok in them. She hands one
She
to.
left out?
Yeah, she left them out. She hands one
Yeah,
to
great way to
Zevlik, she
treat
hands one to Frolic, she hands one to Rand, one to Aisling, and one to Feldemir. Let's see here. We'll start with Rand opens his, and it is. It's a large one. It's almost the size of him, and it's kind of heavy. He opens it up, and it is a gloaming armor, which is. I will give you the stats on in just a moment.
You probably also give us the page number.
Yeah, I'll give you the whole thing with the page number. I'm trying to remember. I think I had something for all you guys when you get stuff that I can put things in. Maybe.
Yeah, you've got us loot handouts.
Well, I thought I did. Did I get rid of those?
I still have.
Oh, yeah, no.
I have Nate's loot. I have current loot.
Yeah, I do see that. Okay, so here's the gloaming armor for Brent. You'll see it in the Brent's loot document. Feldenir looks at his package, and it's got kind of an odd shape to it. It's definitely
Man.
not an armor. It's not the size of himself.
Have a good night.
And Feldenir is actually going to get a chance to choose what he
Will do.
wants. What is Feldenir's favorite type of weapon, Nate?
I think it's a hammer.
Like a warhammer?
What am I using right now? Let me double check.
Okay, well, he
Actually,
gets
right
what.
now I'm using a challenge-seeking two-handed great axe. But overall, yeah, he uses either throwing hammers or like axes.
Okay, so do you think he'd want? Which one would he like this to be? I'm giving him the option.
Is it a two-handed weapon or a one-handed weapon?
It's referred to as a seeker weapon, which can be either. It's very versatile.
I'll go with the one-handed hammer.
So a throwing hammer. So it is a seeker weapon +1 throwing hammer, and I do apologize, Brian. Yours is a +1 as well. I forgot to add that in there.
Okay.
What's MME?
Ba-bum. Which book is that?
What kind of armor does Ariok wear? Just out of curiosity.
Ariok is wearing a hide armor.
Perfect. Okay.
And it was in pretty good shape, but you can tell now that it's been damaged pretty good after the attack that it took.
I'm trying to. Hey, Nathan, if you're possible, can you send me a picture of the page for my thing,
What thing?
my armor?
Yeah, I realized that the book MME is Mordekainen's Magnificent Emporium, and I realized that that's not a book that I share out to you guys because it's where I pick a lot of your stuff from. So let me.
Yeah, I don't have that one. What book and page is it, Brent?
MME 14, it says.
Okay, yeah, I don't.
Yeah,
have
let me.
That one.
I'll pull it up and I'll send it to you guys. Hold on. So 14 and
Cool, because I'm trying to see what this does. Not that I don't want it. I want to see what this does. I think I might have something to give to Ariok to diffuse the awkwardness of him not having anything.
Gotcha. Well, I will let you know. These are presents that she has chosen specifically for you guys, with you in mind.
Oh, yeah. I'm not saying that I'm thinking of giving that armor away. I have other pieces. I have other armor sets that I can just give to him without feeling it a single bit because they're literally just sitting in my bag. So.
What's a challenge-seeking weapon?
That's a good question.
It hits for extra. It hits for extra against a foe that has not been hit yet.
Against a foe that's at full hit points.
That's the first. Okay, first strike does +1.
Yeah, or whatever. It usually gives like an extra D6 or something.
My apologies for the lack of preparation, guys. I thought you should have had these all ready to just hand to you, and I totally.
Oh, it's all good. It's all good. No worries on that.
No, I know, but I feel bad. Because I wrote them down and I put the page numbers and everything, and I was like, oh, they'll just look it up themselves. And then I'm like, oh, I've got to give them access to the whole book if I want to do that.
I feel bad for Ariok, so there.
Why? Because he didn't get a gift?
Because he didn't get a present. That's rude.
He's not even technically a part of the team. He's just an ally now.
I don't care. He's my friend.
Oh, okay.
Oh, Brent.
We beat each other up. That's the best way to make friends. True. Ask Anime.
Yeah, ask Anime.
But no, I actually do have a gift to give him. It's this.
Okay, Brent, your gloaming armor has a picture uploaded with the information from the book. And Nate, I'm loading yours now.
Oh, dope. Oh, cool. It'll let me actually be able to sneak.
Yeah, I think that was kind of the idea.
Yeah, because he's not built for sneaking.
Aisling is holding. She's holding a package that looks like it's just kind of a box, and she opens it up, and inside is what looks like a fairly normal robe. And Saga explains to her that it is a robe of useful items.
Oh, cool.
So, and I'll get you.
So yeah, it's
yours
gonna.
on that.
Sorry to interrupt. The
not.
weapon. It says weapon any ranged or any thrown. So yeah, it's gonna have to be a light thrown hammer for the seeker weapon. It couldn't be a two-handed great axe, even if I wanted it to be, because the whole thing about it is I can throw it and it's a utility and counter power, so minor action. The next target you attack with this weapon can be behind blocking terrain or otherwise out of line of effect, but only if a clear path can be traced to that target and the path is within range. In addition, you take no penalties for cover or concealment when you make the attack roll against that target. So it's a heat-seeking hammer.
Oh my god.
+1 heat-seeking hammer, which is pretty cool.
Why am I having trouble finding the robe of useful items? Come on. Well, basically, I can tell you what it is it's a robe that you can put on, or in this case, it could be as simple as a shirt if you wish for it to be. And inside are all kinds of small useful items, pretty much anything that you would need that's small enough to fit into like a standard pocket. So not necessarily weapons, but you could pull out ammunition of special kinds. You could pull out lockpick tools if somebody needed them. You could do a lot of stuff like that. And then you just put it back in, and it disappears. I'll find the thing for it and put it into your bits, or put it into your handout.
What's it called?
Even the page number that I noted on here doesn't seem to be right.
That's hilarious.
I'm gonna put that in place on my character sheet of my +1 light hammer. So it's gonna have the same thing. It'll just be the seeking light hammer. Let's go into inventory.
Here we go. Robe of useful items. There. And it is technically a cloth armor.
You said it's a +1 though, right?
Yes, and it should be noted that in your bit there. The robe of useful items is +1 as well. All of these items are.
Anybody else hearing a clicking, weird clicking?
Yeah, I'm getting that too.
It was me. I'm sorry. I was looking at stuff because you guys are doing all that, so I'm doing something else.
Oh, it's like a
Understandable, since your character's not getting anything. So.
No, I don't.
Not like
that's fine.
Oh no, I'm not. I wouldn't say it that way. I'm just saying I can understand why you're not paying attention to these all items to other people.
So my rituals are all done. So whenever you want to look
Here
at
you go,
those,
Halsey. Your Halsey's loot is okay. Cool. Your Halsey's loot is updated with the robe of useful items. It specifically says you procure one non.
Oh my god, Amber Alert. Blue Kia Soul for Simi Valley.
Oh my gosh. Is that what this is?
That's not annoying.
That's really annoying. Like all my phones started going off at once.
It's an Amber Alert.
Sorry, so the robe of useful things is you procure one non-magical item worth up to 10 gold pieces with the DM's approval from this robe. It's a utility power daily. The item is generic, like a torch or a rope, for instance. It's not a specific item like the key to a particular chest. Item lasts for 1 hour and then it disappears. And when it disappears, you regain the use of this power.
Okay. Pretty chill.
Yep.
I suggest
So
you
she
get a
hands those-
list of all the common shit worth 10 gold. Know what your options are.
No. And then there's other ones, obviously, that aren't specifically in the books as well.
Yeah.
But
Like a pair of handcuffs or something.
Yeah.
now Saga is
lockpick.
looking around. Saga is looking around, and she's still holding a gift that looks like it's about 6 feet long and it's very narrow. And she kind of starts to. She would tear up if she could, and she realizes it was for Coral, but Coral is no longer there. So she says, "I'll just have to hold on to this," and she puts it back.
Inner cleavage.
She doesn't have cleavage. She's made of stone.
Well, I guess technically
Well,
she
that's
could,
the
but
joke.
it'd be crystal cleavage.
That's terrible.
as she says, she hangs on to it. Can I just kind of wave like, hey, I have seen Quirrell. That was his name, correct? I have seen him sacrifice himself in the most noble way possible, and I would like to sing tales of his sacrifice. do you mind if I carry his item, um, just to show proof that this man did exist?
And you see, like, she kind of tears up almost again. If she could cry, she would be crying at this point. And she says, "You know what? That would be beautiful." Here,
Little pebbles.
hands it
like-
to you, and you open it up, and it is Staff of Withering.
A staff of withering.
Yes.
Okay.
Which the Staff of Withering, withering. Gives a bonus to attack and damage rolls, as well as an additional 1d6 necrotic damage per plus on a critical. And it weakens the target until save ends.
Okay. All right. Put that in my loot place, in the loot page.
Yep, I'll put that in there.
Thank you, sir.
Feldenir's just kind of gonna be confused because he's generally confused about what's going on. He's 5, and he's gonna say to Saga, "So are we going after squiddies, or are we still trying to get to the Feywild?"
And she looks at you and she says, your current mission envelope is still to get in contact with the Feywild. Both the Seelie and Unseelie courts have been unheard of since there has been no change in that status. I can tell you that if we can make allies of the Feywild, they will be great allies in the coming battle with the Illithids. However, that is a choice that you get to make for yourself. I will no longer attempt to drive you towards a certain goal. You have proven yourselves capable of making your own decisions. But if you need me, you know how to reach me.
I don't.
Feldenir.
I don't.
Feldenir's gonna say, "Well, yeah. I mean, they're phones."
Well, I don't have them digits. You know, the numbers that telephonically connect me to you.
To Lorendal, and he's like, "Do you have a cell phone?"
Hey. Well, yeah, and I pull out my tablet.
Okay.
Fuck data plans.
Feldenir's gonna put the digits, put them digits in your tablet, and instead of Saga, he's gonna put Crystal Lady.
Okay. Also, Brent, in your Brent's loot, I gave you the stats for the guns. If you were the one who picked it up.
Okay. Cool. Also, the two things. One, I want to give the seer. Wait, is Saga still visibly under control right now?
You're still seeing a bit more emotion out of her than seems to be normal, but you don't have any way of testing or knowing if she's still being affected by whatever she was being affected by.
Okay. Then I'll hold on to that. I want to ask her if they were able to find out anything about the armor that I found.
Anything about
the gold stuff with the gilding that was magical.
She's been with you guys pretty much the entire time, so she still has it in her sack. It hasn't gone anywhere or been analyzed by anybody yet.
Oh, she was with us in there?
No, not in there. Didn't you give it to her when you guys came back to the Coliseum? You pulled it out and showed it to her? And gave it to her?
Yeah, but I had already given her pictures and descriptions of what it had done.
Oh, that's true. That's true. Okay. But she says, no, the pictures have been sent along. Now that I have the armor, we will send it along as well to our researchers and our scientists, and we'll see. I feel confident that they will come up with something.
Okay, I'm going to hold on to the serum for now until I'm sure that she's cool. And also, I put the armor into the chat, but I want to give that to Ariok.
Okay.
That's why it's like perfect that you said that's what he was wearing. Like, oh, I just happen to have this because Rand apparently collects shit.
Well, he's a thief.
He's a rogue.
Same thing.
Okay.
Oh,
what was I gonna say? My brain is starting to turn to mush.
It's all good.
So yeah, Ariok turns to Saga because now they're standing so close, and he says, I hate to do this, but my compatriots and I, we have nowhere to stay. Can we stay here to recover before heading out and get rebuilding our homeland?
As long as you need to, or want to.
He
Couple
was talking
days
to
in my
Saga, but
ass.
it's okay that Rand answers him. But
Nope.
she says, you may stay. as
Saga's
long
not
as you
allowed to countermand that one.
Okay. Saga is still in charge of the.
Oh, yeah. I'm not questioning
Okay.
that. I'm just saying Rand is going to argue that case. He's going to say no. Let him stay
He
as
says,
long.
no, absolutely. With what has happened to your homeland, you are welcome to stay as long as you need. And he indicates to his followers to come with him, and they exit through the entrance that they came into, and go into the barracks area. They lay down. They start to rest.
Cool. I have a friend.
You
I completed
forgot
the
one.
Get a Friend quest.
You forgot one, David.
He's hiding
I know.
behind
I'm
Aisling.
trying to put them.
They teleported back. This is
somewhere
insanity.
where- Feeling this is not the last time we've seen them, so I am trying to make sure I copy them instead of just delete them.
You were planning on deleting them.
Yes, I did not think that these were going to become allies of yours. Well done indeed. I had a plan, and y'all decided to turn it on its rear.
Isn't that
hell with
how
your
it
plans.
normally goes?
That is how it normally goes. That's what makes the best games, I think. I don't even know what's.
Was Aisling gonna do something?
There's not
Okay.
much to do, really.
Okay. Feldenir's gonna continue asking Saga about what they're doing next, and he says, so do we have to go all the way back into that stupid hotel, or can you just, because you brought us here, can't
Pardon
you just
me.
send us to the Feywild?
There's still a chest. Oh, you guys opened that chest, didn't you?
She says, "Oh, you make a very good point. I didn't want to provide you too much assistance in the beginning because I was not sure if you were going to survive. To be honest, yes, we'll rest the night, and then I can teleport you anywhere you want."
There's this room with a handful of kobolds and a chest I really want.
You weirdo.
And she says, "Well, I'm going to be I can teleport you all out in the morning. Unfortunately, it's a lot easier to pull someone from the hotel than put them in. So you'd have to. I can only get you to the front door. You'd have to make your way through again."
Oh God.
Do that.
Aisling says, "No, I'll stay here.
We should pull the old
I'll do
goblin.
some paperwork, or maybe I'll just clean the toilets. No, I'll stay here."
Okay, what I mean by that, as a DM, I'm not going to make you guys. Rand has a choice. She can teleport him back to the front door tonight, and he can make his way through to get to the chest. But he will have to sacrifice taking a long rest before the morning.
I see. Well, I don't need a long rest. I already ate the full heal. No,
Well,
I'll just stick with the group.
I was gonna say if you need any stuff recovered or anything like that, you wouldn't get the benefits of a long rest. But okay,
Yeah,
so
I'll just stay with the group.
choose to stay with the group. Okay, so you guys you stay overnight.
I was just bringing that up as a joke, really.
Oh, I know it's in the back of Rand's mind. He's gonna probably obsess
He does
over
not.
that all day.
He does not forget it. Does not forget about a chest.
So you guys stay overnight in the bunker. Saga, you guys can tell she's up and she's walking around. It's like she's got something going through her head all the time. And she doesn't necessarily seem to be mind controlled, but hard minds to be very even keel, and she seems to have a wider range of emotions than because you guys all know from Devilix telling you they usually when they show emotion it bursts of little bits.
Come in. Oh, it's Nicholas.
But so you see her up and walking around the complex. Nothing terrible, but she's just kind of muttering, working on stuff, and she's going back and forth from room to room to room. Do you guys want to do anything? We're now in the theater of the mind because I don't have this all mapped out. Do you guys wish to do anything while you are, or do you just simply sleep, wake up in the morning?
I would like to sit down and start messing with different chords on my guitar and just coming up with lyrics to account for the the selflessness that Quirrell presented earlier in the day.
Okay. So he sits on his bed and he starts strumming on what's his instrument? What does he have?
Rand is going to join him.
I have an acoustic guitar.
Okay, so he starts strumming and he's figuring out lyrics, something very beautiful and very very tributary. And Rand is sitting there with him. Do you guys want to RP at all? Ask any questions? Maybe talk to the person that just came into your group.
Sorry, Taz was being a shithead.
Yeah. I just like to introduce myself to him and basically chat him up, ask him, hey, who are you? What are you about? What were you doing underneath those bleachers?
Well, you see, first and foremost, my name is Lorindal. Um, I am a what you. I'm unsure if you have ever met any of my kind before. We are Kalishtar, and basically, give me a second. I gotta bring it up again. God dang it.
I don't even know what I am. Haha.
No, I do know. It's just I forget exactly what the realm is called. Basically, I was born and raised in the dream realm.
West Philadelphia.
West Philadelphia.
It is called.
Most of my days.
It's from a land called
I think I'm the only
Adar.
one here that doesn't know that.
It is from a land called Adar. There is an evil plaguing my land called the Dreaming Dark. But for the you see there was this night. I mean, I was still in my homelands, and I mean, this gets to the point of why I am here and why I was underneath the bleachers. There was one evening where, while I was sleeping, there were faint whispers coming off in the distance. Just the sounds of beautiful melodies and really aggressive overtures. And it plagues my mind even now as we sit and speak. And my purpose is to find the source of those sounds. And so that leads me to here, to Las Vegas. The stories all over the place talking about casinos and all the stage shows that this place has offered, and people that publicly create music and show their creativity. So I had made a pilgrimage on my way to Las Vegas. So basically what I was doing under the bleachers was I was just practicing my guitar, and as I was practicing I heard shouting coming from the field. I turned around and next thing I know, I see your friend Quirrell explode.
Blow the fuck up.
But
Crazy.
Pulling a chapsu.
So yes, that's basically who I am, where I'm from. What about you? Like, I've never seen your kind.
Who?
Never seen a drow.
No, as I said, I come from the dream realm where there's only others like myself.
Oh, I see. That's right. Yeah, well, my kind isn't exactly one to admire.
They're
I'm sort of an
bright
anomaly.
elf.
We're dark elves.
Ah, I see.
We live underground
And
in the Underdark.
why have you decided to leave your homeland?
It never offered me anything of value.
Very, very well. I can understand that.
There we go.
So
My butt too.
who are these others?
Mute yourself.
And I look around and I ask everyone else like who are you? You've heard my story. Uh, I understand that Feldenir is 5 and a tree. Or not a tree.
Not a tree.
Not a tree. I
Totally a tree.
apologize.
Totally a tree. Don't listen to
I
him.
apologize.
So, Aisling looks at everybody and goes, "You know what? You know who you all are? You're all fucking crazy. All of you. All of you are crazy. Everything that's happened so far, utterly nuts. There's nothing that's made sense up until now, and I am sick of chasing that tree. I need to go to a doctor. Everything is I quit. I'm done. I'm leaving. Goodbye. For real. Here's my resignation. I'm going home. For real. Get me a plane ticket. Goodbye." And she walks out of the stadium.
So many people
okay.
are so angry.
Well, we're not actually in the stadium, but I get what you mean. You guys are in the bunkers and stuff inside. We're doing theater of the mind because I don't have the bunkers all laid out in the map. But
It's all good.
yeah, she that exact rant, and she up and leaves.
Exit stage left.
Yep, just exit stage left.
And I kind of chime in.
That's
Well,
stage right.
she
That's,
doesn't.
That's stage right.
I chime
You
in.
get the
She
joke.
doesn't seem like the kind that is very good with introductions.
She's just really shy.
Okay. So on and have these discussions, you get to know each other a little bit better. You talk about your backstories, and then you go to bed and long time, good night's sleep. You wake up in the morning and you get ready, you get all your gear, and you go to Saga is meeting you in, and she says, okay, I can send you anywhere that you want to go, but it is a one-way trip. You'll have to find your way back. Where do you want to go?
Feldenir says, "To the Feywild."
Okay, and she looks at Feather and says, that's a good choice. Now you have to try and address both the Seelie and the Unseelie courts in the Feywild. They're fairly far apart. Which one would you like me to send you to first?
Do I know anything about the Seelie or Unseelie courts?
Well, this is a good question. Is he joining Lorendale? I'm assuming is joining the group. But
Well, I mean,
other than the obvious reasons of you being in this game,
right?
why is the reason he's
as
tagging
we
along? Why are they having him come with?
as we wake up, I ask, do you guys mind if I join your group? I appreciate the hospitality that you have shown me, but do you mind if I follow you? I would like to meet the friends of Quirrell and to know more about him, because Lorendale has
Absolutely.
Lorendale has like to watch someone sacrifice themselves. Like there had to have been something deeper. Something.
Absolutely, I totally get it.
So I mean,
I totally get it.
He asks, "Do you mind if I join you? Like, is that okay?"
Feldenir's gonna say, "Only if you can keep up."
That's right, Feldenir's all about speed, huh?
Feldenir's all about the maximum. He's like a living extreme guy.
As he said, after he says that, I would like to actually. Yeah, never mind. Sorry.
Okay.
Rand's gonna
So I would
Rand is
assume in the
idly
talking that you guys have
pondering if
done.
Aisling was actually serious. Rand doesn't remember the difference between the Seelie and whatever the thingy quartz.
The Seelie and the Unseelie quartz.
Yeah.
Yeah, Feldenir has no idea what the difference is.
And that's why I asked if my character would know, being a bard.
I'm trying to remember if she had told you guys about the differences, but obviously, I would say through the course of the night, they would have told you about whatever they knew. So I'm assuming, are you asking her what the difference between the Seelie and the Unseelie quartz are?
I guess so, yeah.
I mean, if Feldenir, yeah, he would probably ask.
Well, I would stop and think and wonder if I've heard anything in my travels.
Okay, roll a history check for me.
Alrighty. Can do.
That's right. We don't roll nearly enough dice in this game.
Boom. There you go. I know all about him.
All right, so yeah.
25.
So while sitting there talking with the everybody else in the party, you actually find a way to be useful by imputing this knowledge towards them. They never thought to ask what the difference was, and Saga never thought to tell them because it's considered to be fairly common knowledge, I guess. But you tell them that the Fae are all kinds of beings, and typically the Seelie court are known as what's known as the Light Fae. These are the people where you'll find your merfolk, your minotaurs, your centaurs, under that area in the Eladrin. They are typically considered to be light Fae. And then the Unseelie courts is the exact opposite of that. They tend to be the darker creatures, the boggarts, the goblins, the hags, the harpies. Some Eladrin will fall and be a part of the Dark Fae, but the Gorgons, there's all kinds of dark creatures that tend to do that. So if you were to think of something that is a thing of nightmares, it would be something from the Unseelie courts, and something that would bring you pleasure would be something from the Seelie
Gotcha.
courts.
What was our objective in going there again?
You're trying to get in contact with them and find out why the UN can't reach them anymore. Something seems to have happened, and they are no longer in communication.
Okay. I vote Seelie Court then.
Seelie is a good choice.
Is anybody...
Feldenir's gonna say, yeah, Seelie sounds good.
Aisling,
are you coming?
Aisling's not in the room. She didn't show up. You guys woke up and decided to come out for this mission.
I think your friend
Saga
has
says, all right.
ultimately left.
Yeah, but Saga, Zevalix, Frolic, everybody else is there. And she says, the Seelie courts. All right, everyone hold on. And she has you all hold hands. And you start feeling the wind whip around again, almost like you're getting sucked down into a hole. And you teleport out of this room. And the first thing you see, and this is going to be where we are going to end our game for tonight. This is the first thing that you see. Oops. Ah.
As soon as we get there, I'm like, I can never get used to that.
And as you land in this odd area, this odd land of almost seemingly fairy tale music fills the air. There are smells that are pleasureful. You can catch cinnamon, and you can catch butter, and you can catch all kinds of great smells and scents and sounds just coming through the air. There seems to be music everywhere.
Oh wow, this must be the most wonderful place on earth.
So for those listening, the picture that the DM has given us is a picture of the garden of Mickey Mouse laden flowers at Disneyland. So
That's correct. Yeah, this is the first thing you see at Disneyland when you walk through the ticket gates.
Yeah.
Is the railroad station, and then Mickey's face made of flowers and rocks. Seelie Court will greatly resemble one of the happiest places on earth. And that's where we're going to end our game for tonight and our episode.
All right.
You guys had some fun with that. I think that took some twists and turns and some things that people didn't expect.
Definitely.
Everybody,
Always
everybody
like
had fun.
flight.
You having a good time?
Yeah, absolutely.
We changed out. You have a new party member, somebody who's coming along who's going to provide some entertainment and some music. And then we don't know. You might have lost another party member. It looks like Aisling may have finally gotten tired of chasing Feldmir everywhere, and we don't know if she's coming back or not. We'll have to find out on the next episode of Modern Day.
All right.
Good you.
Oh, all right.
That was fun.
Yeah, I am at the end of my line, but I do like this. And I don't know about you guys, but I kind of like starting at 5:30 and then ending like sometime between 8 and 9 instead of 9 and 10. Does that work for everybody?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fine for me.
Sure.
Okay, so I think we'll start making that a norm. Everybody can stop their recordings. I'll
I
worry
don't know
about.
if mine worked. It froze. Now that I'm hitting the file to save it, it like is now not responding.
Okay, well that's part of the thing is since we're all doing it, and I know at least a few of us are getting everything coming through their computer. If somebody doesn't get theirs doesn't work, we can get it from somebody else's.
Okay.
And if nothing else, we still have the video from the feed from Twitch. So there's always that option too.
Sneaky bastard.
I just want to try to avoid a game where like nobody can hear anything Halsey says or anything Nate says just because it was a bad like line into the person who was recording it. So it helps us prevent
Well, if I'd been smart and taken a cord, I could have had my game plugged in the whole time.
Oh, okay.
Because
Well,
when I was
it's a learning.
I had you guys in the car, so now I know if I gotta go somewhere and we're on Google Hangouts, then that's a really easy way to stay on task.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's if people can't log into Roll20, it is possible to go via audio only. That's what when Nate's power went out, I told him that I'm like, if you can't get on the computer, you don't have internet, just hop on your phone and the Google Hangouts thing, and we'll control the characters for him. So he would have been able to keep going via that. But
Right
yeah,
after I got that message, it was my lights came on and stuff, so I just had to wait for the router to reboot.
Gotcha. Well, I will let everybody know. I mean, if there's anything that you feel isn't up to snuff with the game or something that might make it more fun or something like that, definitely let me know. I know a few people let me know that the dungeon crawling was getting a little old, which I appreciate. Which is why we didn't go back to the dungeon and keep searching, because I had like 4 or 5 more floors you guys could have gone through if we really wanted to. And I know
We didn't.
obviously that was good. I mean, there was different stuff in every room that would have made it interesting, but definitely come to me if you guys have anything that you think would make the game better or more interesting or something that you want to do. I will let you guys peek behind the DM screen a little bit and let you know that, I'm sure you guessed, Richard let me know he wanted to change characters before we just decided to do this. So, which I was perfectly fine with, because I want you guys to play characters that you want to play.
Yeah, thank you, David, for letting me do that, man.
Not to mention character deaths, especially player character deaths, are always very interesting in the game. They give it a good flavor. The people playing and the people that are listening. Does anybody have anything else they want to say?
I do have a quick announcement for Revelations of the Realms.
Now part of the chairman of the board of my work.
Our next session is next week, and it will be a Christmas-themed adventure encounter.
It's the 18th. Okay.
We did end last week a little early due to some technical difficulties, but I think this Google Hangouts thing for audio is going to work out really well.
A bit more reliable, I think.
Right.
More reliable.
So
and if we're gonna be all grabbing our own audio, that'll help things out a lot.
Yeah.
I know that it's a little bit more difficult to edit. There's a lot of stuff going on in the background right now.
Brent.
But the thing is, since I'm just recording my own audio, that's not going to show up on my audio file. So if I happen to be speaking at the time, and I send in my audio file, his stuff's whoever's background noise is coming in over my computer isn't going to be showing up. The only thing that my audio recording is going to pick up is my microphone. So I think if it does that, we'll have a lot better quality shows. without all the crazy background noise going on constantly.
Right.
So
we're all going to be in a learning process here, so nobody freak out if this is a little new. I'm just learning how to edit the sound. We're just learning how to make good sound out of this, and Nate is doing a lot of progress on that. So we'll keep teaching everybody how to do it. We'll make it better.
Right.
Been doing a lot of listening to the podcasts lately just to kind of see what they are doing, and I feel as though the best bet for us is to just get individual audio tracks, have them cut from there.